are plenty of seats. And we're going to start the night like this. I've known rivers. I've known rivers ancient as the world and older than the flow of human blood in human veins. My blood, my soul has grown deep like the rivers. I bathed in the Euphrates when dawns were young. I built my hut near the Congo and it lulled me to sleep. I looked upon the Nile and raised the pyramids above it. I heard the singing of the Mississippi when Abe Lincoln went down to New Orleans, and I've seen its muddy bosom turn all golden in the sunset. The Negro speaks of rivers. Langston Hughes. Welcome. Welcome, artists and family. You know what it is. Finally, Thursday night has come back. Pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, and get comfortable. It's about to go down. Oh, yeah. Good evening and welcome to the online open mic presented by the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I'm your host. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Thursday. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. You know how we do. Welcome to episode 113. As we do every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on YouTube. And if you're watching and you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number's on your screen, 860-4964-4756. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. Want to know why I say that? Trust, we're going to show you this evening. We've been doing this for quite a while, thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills. So we would like to thank the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Bloomberg Philanthropies, the Howard Gilman Foundation, and the New York State Council on the Arts for hosting these free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to neweurekan.org/donate. Every penny counts and is very, very much appreciated. Make sure you are plugging in with one of the dopest techs in the Zoomverse, the one and only Matthew Model Keen in the building, Storm Lake in the building, all the way in Jersey. He is also an incredible host and co-host of the Final Friday Slam with Paul Conqueso. Amazing cat. Make sure you plug in. Also, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be. All the way up in the BX. That cat's all kinds of dope. Make sure you plug in. This is where you can find me, Elemen2al.com. Take out the T, put in the number 2, Elemen2al.com. So many things going on. Make sure you plug in. Tonight's theme, Diaspora Dreams Across Oceans. This is really about your ancestry, right? Not everyone was born. Not everyone's ancestors were born on North America. But what were their dreams before they got here? What were they dreaming of on their way, right? And what are some of your the people who are from, the motherland? What are they dreaming about now, right? Distance is irrelevant. So This is what we're going to be looking at this evening. If your artwork is not on theme, that's still totally cool. We are still looking forward to all of your incredible artistry this evening. All right? Next week's theme coming at you. Love languages. Beyond the heart. Oh, those love languages. If you don't know about love languages, do yourself a favor and look into them. You can see that I have them listed here. Words of affirmation, quality time, gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. If you're unaware of your own love languages or your significant other or partner's love languages, really do yourself a favor and learn them. They can definitely help strengthen the bond between people, truly. So that's what we're going to be looking at next week. Here is a look at the upcoming themes. There are only 2 left for the month of February. Listen, 2026 is rolling along, folks. Let's get to the rules so we can get to the artistry this evening. Artists, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic stage as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful exuberance that goes into your artistic performance. As you are coming up, and I will make sure I post the list in the chat, have your artwork ready. We do have a full list this evening, so make sure you are ready to rock when it is your turn to rock. Artists, you have 4 minutes to get on stage and do what you do, all right? Plus a 30-second grace period. What I mean by that is you have 4 minutes, all right? And once you get up here, as soon as you get up and you start going on whatever it is, that 4-minute timer will start. And you will see it in the corner. I got to make sure I know. In the corner of your screen. All right. You can see the countdown happening right now on your screen. All right. As you're going through your poem. Once you get to 4 minutes, all right, which everybody will. Once you get to 4 minutes, you will hear this sound. Once you do, you will have 30 seconds to wrap it up before the mute is coming. All right, we are doing this to make sure that everyone gets the same amount of time. We are respecting each other, the venue, and everyone involved. So respect the community, keep it right, keep it tight. All right. My favorite time of night, which is when all of the sensitive ears should be just outside of earshot. All right, because there are explicit lyricists in our community, but the founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship. Other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated. Fuck around and get cute, man. We don't do Zoom bombers around these parts, right? Get cute, get the boot, for real. Whether it's from Jersey or the BX, baby, for real, it's going down. Respect the mic, respect the community, respect your colleagues. All right? Thou hath been warned. It's a living, breathing trigger warning around these parts. This is also a true call and response space. After these artists get up here and they share a true essence of who they are, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share all of that energy, all of that exuberance with the audience, with the world. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's the rowdiest night of the week anyway. We're going to make sure it stays that way. So share all that energy with the community, and it will be returned to you in their artistic performances. The guaranteed list tonight is closed, all right, because signups begin 24 hours before the show, which will be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. To sign up, you go to neweurekan.org, click on full events calendar. You click on that Thursday that you want to get down on, and you need that artist RSVP ticket. It's the only way you're getting on the guaranteed list. And again, they don't populate until 24 hours before the show, all right? About 18 tickets were already sold within the first 10 minutes of them going live last night. So make sure you're on it, folks. All right. It is a hot ticket. Tonight's list. All of these incredible artists came to get down, folks. So let's do it. Here's all my rowdy friends here on a Thursday night. What's good, good people? Bonnie Soloway. Been too long. Great to see you. Joski C's in the building. The Teflon Donna is here. Ike Waltz is here. Bill Elkins. Poetastic is here. Dre, welcome. Welcome back. Actually, okay. Welcome back. Great to see that you're on the list this evening. Looking forward to what you have to share with us. Alan Gary's here. Jazz is here in motion. Appreciate you. Dark Man Blues is here. Kayvon is here. Art Resident. Descendant of the Starship Enterprise is in the building. What up, Gall and Thompson? Winter Rose is here. Peace to the gods and the earth. Baba and Goma is in the building. Yo, it's gonna be an amazing night, folks. I hope you're all ready for it. Really, really. When I saw the folks on this list, I was like, oh, okay. It's gonna be one of those nights. Got you, got you. Everybody's coming out to do what they do, right? And in case you didn't know, the world needs to hear poets. So thank you for sharing your voices. Thank you for being brave enough to come through and do exactly what it is that you do. Here is tonight's list. Without further ado, let's get to it. Coming up first, as he just has a tendency to do, great energy, always with a positive message, always with a signature smile strapped on tight. Contributor to Love Letters to Gaia, as well as I Can't Breathe Volume 2. This dude's just amazing, man. The one and only Eddie Foreman in the building. Come on, Eddie, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Come on, man, set it off this evening. Let's go.
Thank you, my brother. If I'm amazing, you are amazing too. Thank you for pushing on through. Remember that we love you and Matthew Keen and Rob Thompson too. Woo! All right, my name is Ed Potasco, Fantastic. Please give me the time to join my rhyme. I got two pieces, so it'll take too much time. The first piece is called Drought. My mind is empty, no signs of colorful life. My pen expresses no empathy. The writer's blocks, we fight. Can someone give me a lighter to fuel my pink machine? It's not dire, but it's a bit quieter. I need to blow off some steam. Why isn't it a challenge to write? Burning away our pen to paper, keeping us frantic at midnight, labeling us as a foolish traitor. Be like water, flow as you do, write whatever in your eye. This isn't pending doom. You are more than just a woman or guy. That's no lie. Thank you. This other one's called Last One Out. This happened each time. I'm always left last or behind. Sometimes life is cruel, soaking your own pull. Life makes fool of us all. It's hard to stand tall. Why must we fail and fall, then to be a broken wall? It must feel really nice to be chill like frigid ice. I thought I could make it. It's all good till you get hit. I'm stuck in a sinking pit full of melancholy bullshit, being crushed as a can without a loving hand. I feel the quiet rain weeping inside my pain. I swallowed my thunder to brighten my unders. I'm crying salty oceans while time is in motion. I did my absolute best as I feel nothing in my chest. My beating tank is empty without a drop of sympathy. Why can't I catch a break, believing it was easy as cake? Why couldn't I be born the sun to make shadows quickly run? I'm a failing loser, never a winner. It's getting thinner being a beginner. We all can't be first every single time. Life isn't divine or simple like a dime. I know the truth can painfully hurt, but out of pain, hope can give birth. You need to be strong and have hope. Life is the most slippery of slopes. Pity won't protect you from dangers. Don't be a scared stranger, but a life changer. Thank you.
Man, always with a positive message, for real. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Eddie Foreman.
Thank you.
Thank
Woo!
you. Thank you.
Thanks for all that encouragement, Eddie. I wasn't sure where the second poem was going in the beginning because you had some, self doubt in there, but you really turned it around in the end. That was a relief.
I think Eddie's turning into our philosopher. And so I feel he's getting the night started, but always with sort of a kind philosophical bent toward it. It's really nice.
I would have to agree. Thank you for that, Bonnie. I would have to agree. Eddie, you are just kind of digging into the whole leadoff hitter thing, really, and you've begun to kind of ensure that everyone is getting something from your writing, and I think that's really, really important. In your first poem, I love how you said, "Why is it a challenge to write?" I think it's a challenge to write because we're writing about the things that need to be written about, right? And those things are not easy. Your second poem, There's some monsters in there, man. It's all good till you get hit, right? It's all good till you get hit, man. I swallow my thunder. Yo, for real. Why couldn't I be born the sun? And out of pain, hope can be birthed. Like, I see where you're going, Eddie. I see the work that you're putting in. I appreciate it, sir. Please continue. Please continue. Please continue and share it with us. Appreciate you. All right, Starship is underway. Let's get it. Coming up next, I'm telling you, man, these two dudes are just like a 1-2 punch, man. That just it's just a knockout every time. I love starting the show this way. This next gentleman has a style all its own. He just has the type of voice that's just built for broadcasting. He writes the kind of artwork that just sticks to your bones. Hence the reason I call him Mr. Chicken Soup himself. The one and only Alan Gary in the building. Come on, Alan, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always, sir. Please, take it away.
And it's great to be back. Thank you, Elemental. Friends, feel free to follow me on my Alan Gary Facebook page, and you could learn about a very special project that's happening for me right now in my career. In the meantime, tonight, it's all about the Aspera dreams across oceans. I'd like to share a piece I composed about me and all that I am, which comes from all of my experiences. It's an acrostic piece, which is a poem or other word composition in which the first letter or syllable or word of each new line or paragraph or other recurring feature in the text spells out a word, message, or the alphabet. I chose the alphabet to describe what I am about. My poem is called Still. All through my life into this day, beware the feelings they influence my say, closure for questions to make it okay, discerning choices, how they will play, evoking spirits to show my way, forecasting objectives I won't invade, gaining momentum into the chase, harboring thoughts make my mind race, initiating strategies for what I may face, just like the greats, including Olivier, kinship with success now underway, listening to voices, are they cliche? Mitigating failures within the umbre, now I reflect to assess my headway, onto a balance, not shades of gray, presenting a toast from an imaginary sommelier, questioning my dance, a glittery ballet, rescuing myself with a perfect getaway. Still, I maintain there's nothing I would change unless I would refrain, validating while playing my game, Xenia for others, but for I, why not the same? You, not to blame, Zephyr delights to keep myself sane. Thank you.
Now that's just genius, sir. That's just amazing. Mute yourself. Give it up for Alan Gary.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
That was great.
More.
Yeah, that was great. And no easy feat coming from someone who rhymes most of the time. Loved it. Really, really good.
Thank you.
Rescuing myself with a perfect getaway. That's it.
See, what I love about this poem, Alan, is I can see what you did with it, right? First of all, stylistically beautiful. But you also took the time to ensure that there was something for people to hold on to, right? Like you said, it's about me, but I just love how these things are almost universal, right? Beware the influences, invoking spirits to show my way, just like the greats. Listening to voices, are they cliche, right? Questioning my dance. Oh man, I don't know why that one hit me hard, but it just did. Questioning my dance. Sometimes it's, it's a foxtrot. Sometimes it's contemporary. Sometimes it's chaotic. but it really comes from the person that you truly are. And that's what this poem speaks to. So thank you for that. Amazing work, sir. Amazing work. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, just happens to be like one of my favorite poets in the world. She comes through. She's absolutely amazing, like for real. And she happens to save lives, for real. Contributor to 13 Poets for a Pigeon Kiss, published by the one and only Ike Waltz, who we'll hear from later. This amazing poet, just you'll find out. Her voice is always necessary. Love when she comes through. The one and only Dr. Z Page in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. It's always too long when I don't see you, Dr. Z Page. Please take it away.
It is. I wanted to try something different tonight. I've never redone a poem here, but I took some feedback, I think last time I presented this, from our resident Jedi Master, and redid this poem. And it's never come up before, but I do play multiple instruments. So I actually did a score that will be accompanying it. It's pre-recorded with me playing the piano on it. It's the first melody I ever wrote. I used to play it over and over and over again. And I was just a little bit older than my son is now. So this is for him, and it's called Bubble Wrap. You are my greatest gift. Yet while the parent thoughtfully wraps the present, the child tears it in seconds. A hand on the Bible, Solomon swore sons cannot be duplicated or divided. So when a civil action became uncivilized, I became a parent without you, my child. I'm forced to be a spectator who views your first through photos and movies that might as well be silent pictures. You have surgeries I learn of after you awaken. Your birthday parties hire the worst postal carriers. They keep misplacing my invitations. If you were a location on my GPS map, it would return out of network. I might as well throw the clothes I buy you into a black hole, because I'll never know if they'll exist after sending. Still, my pride outlasts the pain. Because your existence buys the cost of any loss, regrets, and mistakes made by an imperfect parent. I never appear more beautiful in images than those where I'm holding you. My screensaver teases the yellow hair through which I sweep my hand like a farmer appraising crops. Your squealed laugh echoes through my hallways for so long that it's a house guest on the missing holidays. Every additional inch and pound measured is an accomplishment. Your world orbits galaxies far beyond perfection. You dance as I hoped you would. Skip through rain, scoffing at mud, capturing the Candyland slides from a time before report cards. For me, you are the excitement on Christmas Eve, the thrill of a teenager speeding, a fairy's kiss after a lost, bleeding tooth. I remember you giving me hugs with a running start after I gave you hugs for a runny nose. I would catch your colds because I could not withhold kissing you. I want to live in the smiles emitted by your lips from whisked words whispered with adoration, the sounds adorning your budding cheeks, rosy with admiration. I watch you even when you cannot see me, and my voice records today, so later you can listen. Until then, we both require discipline. Because I never worked harder, rapid, present. You are my greatest gift, always worth the price to forever remain torn.
No, I don't appreciate that at all. Not at all. Not at all. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Dr. Z. Hey.
Z, way to go, doctor.
That was amazing.
That's so wild. I mean, the way you bring it, the presentation and the commitment and the craft is just like so extraordinary. I respect it so much. Thank you.
That was
I thought
beautiful.
that poem was so beautiful the first time I heard it, and I like what you did with it. I always like seeing. I said this about somebody the other day. Poets kind of stretching their legs, right? You're so comfortable with what you do, and it becomes sort of the same pair of gloves you put on every time you go out. But then you want to try something a little different, and then bring that back to your work. And if we're not open to changing ourselves, I think we've kind of come to the end of our journey prematurely. So I really appreciate what you did to that. And there was just this kind of peripheral sound element going on the edges of it. I don't know if it was the speaker or the microphone or the computer, but it made it a little more haunting and moody.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. The audio was clipped, and I hope you'll bring it through again and hit the original sound for musicians under the audio settings, and then the fill in between the words will happen. But it actually was really cool the way it went down.
For
Yeah,
sure.
take it from Joski about the sound. Yeah, it sounded a little bit like this thing they used to call a vocoder. It puts a little weird vibe on the edges of your voice.
Oh,
Vocal.
the music didn't come through?
Not all the way. Not all the way. However, like your colleagues are saying, on the edges of what you were saying, right? But hold on. I'm coming right back at you, Dr. Z Page. Coming right back at you. They were on the edges, right on the fringes of what you were saying. Please unmute Dr. Z Page, because I have a couple questions. When I said that I didn't appreciate that, as a father, I have all of those same feelings. That's why I said I didn't really appreciate that. It was amazing, but it just puts me in my feels about those same things, right? Hugs after the running start, like, I don't appreciate you trying to just call on my tears like that to come running down my face to get a running start down my face. I don't appreciate that. But they're absolutely real. That, like the Jedi Master said, the first time I heard it, I said the same thing. Like, no, I'm not crying. That's y'all. That's y'all. I was cutting onions right here on my desk. However, I would like to know how many instruments you play.
I play 3. I play brass and piano, and I played through college.
Very nice. Very nice. Amazing work. As Joski said, we'll work on the audio because now you got to bring it back for an encore, right?
Okay. I'll
And I
email
know
you ahead of time next time. I didn't realize I had to do something special.
listen. It's worth the price of admission. But thank you for bringing it. Thank you for sharing that part of your life with us. That is not easy. You said you wrote it when you were just about the age of your son. And that's not easy. So thank you. Truly appreciate you, Dr. Z Page. Always great to see you. Truly. Thank you. All right, folks. Let's keep it going. There's so many lives, Dr. Z Page. My prize outlasts my pain. An imperfect parent. I might as well throw the clothes I buy you into a black hole. Not an easy poem. Not an easy poem. All right. But spectacular work, truly. All right. Let's keep it going. Coming up next. Yo, this artist, man, I love when she comes through because she speaks so fervently, not just about finding a voice that was once silenced, but how beautiful love can be even when it's painful. And I appreciate that so very much. Last week, she was not even feeling good, and she still came through and ripped it down. Great to see you. The one and only Sam Hardy in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Look, like I said, it's always great to see you. Please, take it away.
Thank you. It's great to see everyone also. So I have several new poems, so I'm going to try to get through them before the timer goes off. So keep up, folks. Here we go. First poem is called Curriculum. It starts the same way everywhere. A woman leaves, a woman stays, a woman speaks, a woman exists outside permission. A man decides this will not stand. They call it an argument, a bad night, a misunderstanding. They call it anything but what it is. They call it isolated, but the pattern knows itself. Renee, Durdana, Toyin, Gabby, Brianna. Say them once. Say them again. Say them until the room understands this is not coincidence. This is curriculum. Different mornings, different streets, different countries, same ending. Men spit names at them on the way out as if cruelty were punctuation, as if the sentence of their lives needed correcting. Their voices stop mid-thought. The world exhales. The news cycle moves on. This is what femicide leaves behind. Not headlines, not statistics, but rooms that no longer make sense. Beds untouched, shoes by the door, questions with no safe place to land. This is not about where they came from. This is about where they were. Sorry. This is not about where they were from. This is about what they were. The women who did not survive being treated as disposable. Now say their names again. The next one is called Second Skin. As children, we had big dreams, running and laughing at recess, jumping on swift moving carousels, our first kiss by the bleachers. But the world is full of monsters, ones that would have us be lesser, silent, cautious, second-class citizens even before we could walk. We learn not to argue, to be agreeable, to stay small. As women, we carry silence into every room, tracking in memories we'd much rather forget. We avoid the daylight, leaving windows shut and locked. Silence becomes a second skin. We wear it to job interviews, to doctor's office, to dinner tables where laughter sits too close to sharp edges. We learn which stories make people uncomfortable, which words turn rooms cold, which truths are better, folded small and kept in purses between spare change and keys. Silence keeps us employed. Silence keeps us safe. Silence keeps us alive until it doesn't. Silence settles in the body. We carry it in our shoulders, in clenched jaws, in shallow breaths, in apologies we offer before we even speak, in laughter that arrives a second too late. One day the silence cracks, not because we're brave, but because it becomes unbearable. Silence is not obedience. Silence is not consent. But the day will come when the silence grows heavy. It no longer fits inside our mouths. It leaks into sleep, into mirrors, into the way we hesitate before saying our own names, before we decide how loud we are willing to be. This is just a cute little poem I wrote. It doesn't have a name. I write to make space between... oh, hold on. That's not it. I apologize. Sorry. Here it is. When the poets come to power, when all hate dies, when verses flow like honey, when truth finally conquers lies, I will lap up each stanza, taste their truth in my mouth, and smile. It won't take long to forget the old ways, just a very little while. I will let juxtapositions lie side by side, for only lying will have any need to hide. I will speak of love like it was never estranged, like hate never ruled the page. I will lock up all the haters tightly in a cage. Poetry will reign in a land where writers and poets don't have to protest anymore. Oh, I lost my page. Anymore, but let their poetry explain. Dang, I had one more. I think I could do it in 30 seconds. Should I? Okay, I will. I write to make space between stanzas, a safe place for you. Rest there. I pray for you by creating spinning letters into poetry and poetry into breath, to hold you, to wrap this poem gently around you. Let it practice care as an act of resistance. Let it hold the grief your body can no longer carry. May these poems be places that will never leave you. When voices fail, when rooms go cold, my poetry will be here for you. So sit here a moment between lines. You are not alone in this. I got you. Thank you.
And we got you. That's what I'm talking about. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Sam Hardy.
Thank you. Fabulous.
Well, when that second poem, I heard it the other night too, the poem about silence and, writing in the we. And that poem had a list of warnings on it that should find some kind of public distribution system, because just about everybody would benefit from reading that list of warnings about silence and, what it does and doesn't do. It reminded me of Grand Fury, and their sort of timeless slogan, silence equals death. But you just have a way of doing this, Sam. You pick up on these things that are kind of slightly below awareness, and you put them right up front for everybody, and they become these very universally appealing and connecting things, It's like one of the greatest talents a poet can have.
Yes, it is absolutely amazing how you take silence and you turn it into little origami cranes and you just send them flying every single week. Like, it's just amazing how you do it. Listen, that silence poem, like that, and you called it Second Skin. Like, that silence poem it's really, really a monster. It really is. Like, your other poems were really nice. Like, I love the third poem you said, when poets come to power. Listen, I'm here for that. Please, I'm here for that. If I'm gone when that happens, please dig me up and make sure you resurrect me. Because when poets come to power, I definitely want to be there for that. For real. That Second Skin piece, though, for real. You said the world is full of monsters. Second-class citizens before we can even walk. Silence becomes a second skin. Silence keeps us employed. When the silence is heavy and no longer fits inside our mouths, when the revolution comes, listen, that's where it's at, Sam. Thank you for sharing that work. Keep writing it. Keep writing from a fearless space. Amazing. Thank you. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, where did that cat go? I saw him. There he is, all the way from Far Rockaway. This cat, man, puts in work. I see this cat on stages all over the place, man. He jumps into the online world, man, to put in the work. Love this cat's writing. The one and only Kate Vaughn in the building. Come on, man. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you. Please, take it away.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kate Vaughn. You can find me on Instagram at Kayvon the Poet. My poem is called Live Forever. The African American community is in danger. The navy blue uniformed stranger is the one who's causing harm. Who was there to sound the alarm? To serve and protect is a lie that I detect. What kind of good is there to expect? When I was only 11 years old, I remember being in English class when I found out that Kyle Coppin had passed. At 16, I was a junior in high school when Trayvon Martin's life was taken away. We would have been around the same age in the present day. Their names and many others will live forever without a breath left to breathe as they echo into eternity. As the pendulum swings, the momentum brings a set of wings with a sweet and angelic voice that sings Don't Forget Me. But the one in front of the gun lives forever, like Kendrick Lamar said. What do you see when you see me? When I look in the mirror, I see a black male who is not destined to fail and end up in jail. What do you see when you see me? I see a black male that demands to be judged as an individual. When a navy blue uniformed stranger goes in for the kill, there's always a moment when it feels like time is standing still. So I ask all of you, is it safe to be black? Has it ever been? Thank you.
Yo, you better talk that shit, boy, for real. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Kayvon.
Oh, truth, man.
Awesome. Amazing.
Some brilliant shit right there. Yeah. And physically what you did and vocally what you did, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me and everybody else here, Kayvon, that a poem is a place within which to deliver your demands.
For sure. The first thing that came to my mind was shots fired. What do you see? What do you see when you see me? Like, that is such a beautiful question, man. For real. What do you see when you see me? Like, I need you to just continue with that. Right? Of course, you mentioned K. Dot's line, the one in front of the gun lives forever. But your earlier line, you said to serve and protect is a lie I detect. That's just money. That's just money. A navy blue stranger? Yeah. Stranger danger. That's exactly what we see every time you come to our community. Stranger danger. Absolutely. Appreciate you, Kayvon. Make sure you put that on stage. I see you working too. You know what I mean? Getting into that performance mode. That's how it's done, man. For real. Dope work, man. Keep working. All right. Let's keep it going. 5 more, and we will go to halftime. Coming up next. Yo. This artist came through last week. She hung out with us even in the cypher. Had all of this incredible energy. And now she is back to share her work. I have seen that she has been active in the chat. I can see her facial expressions. She's all in this evening. And I very much appreciate that because this is a contact sport, what we do. Welcome, Dre. Welcome to the greatest community in the world. You see how this has been going this evening, plus you witnessed it last week. Let the world know where they can find you and how they can connect with all the incredible things that you do. We'll yell at you afterwards. Welcome. Take it away.
Thank you. I just got some Kendrick on my hoodie just in case, just for the record. It's not powered one. Okay, this has no title. And I'm nervous. It's been years. I'm 45. It's been 20 years. Okay. I was born dead. My mother was turned into a rental room by 100-to-1 mandatory sentences and the crisis of white infertility or nature's reparations. She delivered me without ceremony. She did not hold me or hold awe when she looked into my eyes for the first time or at my face, as unrecognizable leaving her body as I was while inhabiting it. She fled the hospital moments after relinquishing me, my life, my lineage to a Yellow Pages adoption lawyer. Back home, when my family and the few, many expectant possible fathers asked her, where is she or where is my daughter? My mother gave the answer she would give for many years. She died at birth. She should have told the truth. She ended as she was beginning. Since that day of birth without mothers, I've lived many feigned beginnings that were only endings disguised in a diaspora of disconnect, desertion, and my desperation for distraction through innumerable nights that became days, that became weeks, that became dreams without sleep. Men who touched my skin or paid only for an hour to look through me, my eyes always still searching for something to steal. But I came with nothing and I will leave the same. All attempted diversions from my mother who forgot to be a mother, or worse, who knew what I knew. I wasn't worth mothering. She kept my sister. She kept my brother. Chemicals were my revered and holy generational inheritance of faded religion, of wasted ritual worship through pipes, exaltation through needles. My liturgy, waking in an uncanny yet familiar stranger's bed, my procession, a directionless, wayward flight through neighborhoods I knew but did not remember, my baptism, the board collapse into home and hot shower to begin, my ceremony, the customary appraisal of the body for fresh ruin, my offerings, new bruises, fresh tracks, stains of hands wrapped around my throat, inscrutable streams of once inside blood, now outside, and spilling down my legs. A mother's voice is God in the womb. The voice of drugs and delirium is God in the trap house. I maintain gratitude for my memory, consistently faulty, useless, or use more, but without fragments or recollection for most of my life. I am curious. Did I live? Did I happen? Am I dead because I was born? This one.
Yeah. I think we all experienced that one in real time, huh? Yeah. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Dre.
Oh, whoa.
Right on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for sharing your story. Oh, whoa.
I really loved your delivery. Your voice is kind of a gift for a poet. You have, at least in this poem, you had a kind of a delicacy to the tone of your voice and an inherent vulnerability. It was just sort of, you have this kind of natural emotion evoking voice, and I mean emotion evoking in the listener. And I liked a lot of the passages you were delivering in a way that it sounded like you yourself were discovering what you were saying in the moment. And that's a kind of I don't really want to say performative. That's a kind of way of being with your poem that takes a lot of just kind of comfort with yourself, no matter what the content you're dealing with is.
That was not easy. That was not easy. And I recognize the pain that you didn't show us because we can hear it. We can feel what was in between those lines. Shout out Kendrick Lamar for being that shield that you needed this evening to do that. But that was amazing. Those are the worst poems to write. But those are the absolute necessary poems that must be written. You ask some very difficult questions, some that you may not get an answer to. But let me tell you something that I tell people that are close to me. No matter what you're going through or what you've been through, poetry can take it. And poetry, just like this new community that you have now, is going to hold on to you. And all of those things, all of that pain, all of that grief, we are here for you. Now you have a home, right? Every Thursday, come and rock with us. You're amazing. Your story is definitely worth being heard. Continue to write from that space. Continue to be just as fearless. And listen, there are some lines in here. There are some lines in here. You mentioned the voice of God in the trap house. Oh, shit. Right? You mentioned a mother's voice is God in the womb. Like, amazing work. Amazing work. Thank you for that. She ended as she was beginning. Always searching for something to steal. Like, not easy, but we are here for you. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you ever need support. You have an entire community now. Welcome to the greatest community in the world. All right. This is why we're here, folks. This is the work, right? This is the work. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, all the way out in the Pacific Northwest, this gentleman right here, man. Listen, I know the world is doing some amazing things. Some people may even feel it's going to hell in the handbasket. But with this gentleman, we always find a way to get into balance thanks to his incredible genius and his instrumentation. The one and only Joski C in the building. Come on, Joski, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always, sir. Please, take it away.
Hey, Elemental. Coming through?
Like a rock star, Joski. Let's go.
Wonderful. I'm going to start with a haiku. How should DHS protect us from terrorists? Arrest ICE agents. I brought this song through when I began to write it, but it's evolving. I wrote this for Renee Good, and for Alex Preddy, and for the people of Minneapolis, and for all the brave people standing up to tyranny at this time. Renee Good, ICE is in the neighborhood. Renee Good, ICE is in the neighborhood. Sound the alarm. You got whistles, they got guns, taking a stand. Ice cold gun in ice cold hand. Renee Good, ICE is in the neighborhood. Renee Good, ICE is in the neighborhood. Our rent goes down, saving someone else's life. First, do no harm. Ice cold murder, ice cold gun. Light of the sun tells the truth to everyone. Renee Good, ICE is in the neighborhood. Renee Good, ICE is in the neighborhood. Shine like the sun. Good is trying to save someone. Light of the sun tells the truth to everyone. Renee Good, Ice is in the neighborhood. Ice is in the neighborhood. Ice is in the neighborhood. Sound the alarm.
That melody, man, it's just stinking brilliant, Joski. Unmute yourself, give it up for Joski. See?
Wow. Joski, thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you. Very
To get
inspiring.
Nicely done.
to get those points across, Joski, as you do, as Elemental says all the time, in such an even keeled way that makes so many people want to scream. But the way you do it is just this incredible emotion that is probably stronger than screaming, actually. It was absolutely beautiful.
It was very much so.
Yeah, if you're still working on that, I'm totally anticipating where you're taking it with further development.
Let's hope nobody else dies as the song evolves.
Yeah, that's what I say. I was telling my cousin the other day, I dream of a time where, I don't have to make poems like this.
I don't think there's anything better than listening to Joski, honestly, bathed in that purple light like Prince and just so brilliant every
Yeah, that was
time.
beautiful,
He's been
Josie.
here ever since I started coming and so supportive of everyone. And I just love you, Joski. Fucking awesome. So great.
Yeah, Joski, you're one of those dudes. Listen, man, that melody, it really is, and I hate to say it's haunting, but it kind of is, right? Because we're talking about a situation that is haunting all of us. So how you have crafted this song, right? And then the lyrics come along with it. For real, like I said last time you played this song, like I think that should just be something like, right? Everyone has an app, and then as soon as they come through, you hear this song, right? Ice is in the neighborhood, like you know what I mean? Like it's like a siren almost, right? It's a comfortable siren for everyone to just like, okay, everyone move calmly back into the spaces because the bigots are around. You know what I mean? Like ice cold murder, ice cold gun, right? Man, it's just a brilliant song, Joski. Thank you for doing what you do and being brave enough to do it. The world needs it. I'm telling you, man. Like I gotta find a way to get you with a band, Joski, for real, man. Because you need to be in every major city. I'm just saying. Appreciate you, Joski. Truly, man. All right, let's keep it going. 3 more, and we will get to halftime. Coming up next, this woman works. Let me tell y'all, this woman works hard. I have seen her, the traps in her back when she's working. She exhibits physical strength and strength in her writing, and I appreciate that so very much. She shares incredible work with me, like how fascism works. She is amazing, y'all. For real. I love when she comes through. I haven't seen her in a while, but I know she has something for us that we probably all need to hear as usual. The one and only Bonnie Soloway in the building. Come on, Bonnie, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please take it away.
Thanks, Elemental. I've been in Florida for the last couple months. I'm back in LA now. And so I didn't write anything at home, except I did write this piece in my journal. So this is not a rhyming thing. It's really more like an essay that was just like a free write. And anyway, it's called How Flexible is Your Neuroplasticity? They say that when you focus on the good in life, your brain can actually rewire itself toward the positive, better adapting to life's challenges. It's all part of neuroplasticity's magic. But when the brain is bombarded with the relentless criminality of a racist fascist regime intent on executing ungodly displays of hatred upon fellow human beings, how do we pivot to seek the good for us personally in the face of such depravity? These influencer factoid sound bites may have worked prior to 2016, when our eyes were naively blinded to the growing power of white Christian nationalists intent on ridding this country of the very diversity upon which America was built. Progress and equality be damned for women, LGBTQ, people of color, immigrants, and for all those upon whom our economic policies have made the American dream an impossibility. Unlike the obsessively detailed Nazis, America's free-rein Gestapo often has no clue who they've arrested, why they were arrested, or where they've been sent, simply rounding up anyone they please to meet some arbitrary quota, to make this country the lily-white Christian nation it never was, while returning to a patriarchy white men still pine for. Children become expendable, if not disposable, to wit, the now infamous Epstein files. As in Nazi Germany, bold-faced, cold-blooded street killings have started. Sporadic at first, waiting for our minds to have no choice but accept these murders as inevitable, if not justified. That's also the neuroplasticity of our brains. Fascists will tell us what we saw, and to protect our sanity, our brains will oblige. Truth becomes up to interpretation. As that happens, the beatings, killings, concentration camp internments, and illegal deportations will increase. That's just history. These absurdities are chaotically overwhelming, too preposterous to turn away from, and far too dangerous to ignore, lest we ourselves, family members, or friends get caught up in the illegal entrapment of an ICE raid. My brain is new to this, unable to rewire anything but the magnification of our stupidity, the unadulterated greed foaming out of the mouths of white billionaire men, rabid dogs all, intent on sinking teeth into their prey, injecting suffering and death as they merrily race each other toward the finish line of democracy, if not human civilization, at the hands of their unlegislated, unempathic, and unregulated AI system robots. So to all the psychobabble, soothsaying influencers and podcasters, Deepak Chopra, Noam Chomsky, and the Dalai Lama included, and to the talking heads and politicians who pipe dream that one more donation will ensure free and fair elections, my neuroplasticity will keep making room not for dandelion wishes of joy, but in wondering when and how America's true resistance will rise up and expand. How much more brutality will we see in our streets, and how much history will have to be learned for us to grasp that we were living a self-defeating fairy tale the whole time. We can also use our neuroplasticity to envision what role we individually will play in the resistance. And finally, what life will be like when every American in every household is locked, loaded, and trained, something this regime may have forgotten to factor in. Thank you.
She's such a troublemaker, for real. Unmute yourself, give it up for Bonnie Soloway.
Bonnie, it is so great to see you.
Oh, thank you.
So glad
I missed
to
you
see
guys.
And just bringing the word, just bringing the reality and the truth. Whew.
I tried.
Yeah, I'm just curious, what's your thoughts about, when you decide to do something with a rhythm and rhyme scheme, and when you decide to do something that's more purely expository prose like this? I really was struck by this, how the piece is kind of chronicling decay and making a warning. It was this really great survey of the landscape, so to speak. And of course, it reminded me, you're kind of soulmates in a way with Teza Somok and what he does But I mean, what's the point that gets you to decide to do something in a rhythm and rhyme or like this?
Yeah, so I exclusively think about doing work in rhythm and rhyme. This one was something I was really trying to talk to my kids who absorb all this stuff and take it to heart. And I just saw so much like anger in them, and I wanted them to think about the neuroplasticity. So I was really writing this as a journal piece. I write every day in my journal, and I went back and looked, and it was like sort of hung together as it was. So I did it as an essay. I rarely, if ever, do this, although I might do more of it. But I could not think of changing this into a rhymed piece. So I just left it as it was, like an essay. So I would have to have started at the very beginning to rhyme it, and I did not do that. So
Oh, cool. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, and it kind of clunks me on the head with your explanation. It really is that kind of chronicle. You may be doing it as a journal thing about your own thoughts, but it's very much, like I was saying, kind of a survey of the landscape. It's very, very external in a way. Thanks.
thank
I
you.
wasn't trying to put you to the test. I was
Oh,
just
no,
curious.
yeah. I mean, it was fun for me to do it this way in a way, it really was.
I think there's a level of clarity in writing like that, right? Because you're not trying to hide behind literary devices, right? You're not trying to wow people with smoke and mirrors, if you will. You're just giving them the truth, right? Um, like Walter Cronkite on the mic. Like, here's this evening's truth. You know what I mean? And then the fact that you said your children have been dealing with some things and you were just trying to give them the real deal. I think that's very important. Sometimes it's cool. It's cool to do the I can't think of her name. I don't know why it's slipping my mind right now. The spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down, right? Sometimes it's cool to do that, but then sometimes you got to realize that good medicine is bitter. Thank you for that. Amazing work, Bonnie. Great to see you as always. All right, let's keep it going. Two more, and we will get to halftime. Coming up next, this gentleman right here, man, been rocking with us for some years. Actually, is about to publish his first collection of incredible poetry. I had the absolute pleasure, Mary Poppins, thank you. I had the absolute pleasure of being able to see it and consume it and write a piece about it. Um, this gentleman is just incredible. I love his perspective, and I absolutely love how much he loves his family. I appreciate you for coming through as always, sir. The one and only Rich Glennon is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you and how they can get a hold of your incredible book. Great to see you as always, sir. Please take it away.
Great to see you too, Elemental. Thank you. Good to see you all. Hi, Marianne. Um, yeah, as Elemental mentioned, I have a book out now. It's called Front to Back. It's published by PGN. Um, Elemental was kind enough to write the foreword in it, and Marianne Teft was the editor on it. So yeah, I'll put a link in the chat afterwards if you'd like to buy a copy. Other than that, I'm on Instagram and Tumblr under Rich Glenn. I don't know why I threw the book away. I'm going to be reading from it. So I'll read a poem from here, and then I'll read some other new poems that I wrote recently. So this first one is called Early Visit. It's not that I don't want you here, but it would be nice if you left the room so I can wake up properly and dust my brain. I didn't even have time to finish my coffee, let alone brush my teeth afterward, or apply deodorant, which, in a way, is an attempt to keep you away until a reasonable time. Sorry, my son just came out of the room. Speaking of where art and Harper's in there. Go to mommy, okay? 1 second, guys. Okay, go. Let's go. What camera?
I absolutely love this break in the action,
All right.
right? Because this is what a dad does. Absolutely beautiful. Please keep it going, Rich.
Sorry. Yeah, I mean, you can't get this at the New Eurekan, you know? Only on the virtual, I guess. That's the virtual one. All right. Anyway. All right. So this is called early visit. I'll just start from the beginning. It's short. Early visit. It's not that I don't want you here, but it would be nice if you left soon, so that I can wake up properly and dust my brain. I didn't even have time to finish my coffee, let alone brush my teeth afterward or apply deodorant, which, in a way, is an attempt to keep you away until a reasonable time when the sun's a little higher and not directly in my eyes like you are. Okay. That's from front to back, and I'll just read just two more short ones. This is called Handiwork. And this is like a relatively newer one. Handiwork. I've been wearing the glittery nail polish my daughter has chosen for me for about a week now, and will continue to do so until it's worn off organically. And every jag and swell I've scraped against on this life's corridor is dashed with dazzle. And every mistake I've ever made is a growth chart, glowing in the blackness, growing with her. And this last one I'll read, it's a very short one. This is called Homemakers. I leave on the light above the stove all night for my grandma, just like she and all those other women did who ran kitchens, who opened and closed them, who left a light on long after they were gone. All right, thank you.
Yo, that was just again worth the price of admission, man. For real. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Rich Glennon.
All right. Right on.
That was awesome.
Nicely done, Rich. Thank you.
Amazing.
Interlude and all.
The interlude made it better. So
Yeah, it's just great to see you back here too, because recalling how you used to hang out here before the family really set in back around 2020, 2021. So, life certainly does happen, but like a real poet, it's just a part of your poetic journey too, and it's great to see that kind of work.
Right. Now it's a family affair. And it's beautiful, right? When the whole family gets involved, right? Like it just makes it more real, right? So thank you for that, right? When your kids, feel that passion and they are just drawn to it, right? It's like I know you might be doing something, but I know what I felt, right? I love how you are making time for them, right? He said, not in my face, waiting for the sun to come up a little bit more, not in my face like you are. Love that. I've been wearing the glittery nail polish. That's a dad right there. Right? Thank you. Thank you for standing in that space and being that dad. It means a lot. Appreciate you. Again, make sure you put your information in the chat on how they can get that incredible book. Trust me, folks. Make sure you have some tissue close because it is a real life amazing journey through his book. Shout out Poetry Global Network for publishing the book. Thank you, Marianne, for being such an incredible editor. Amazing work. All right, one more. We will go to halftime. Coming up next, peace to the gods and the earth for all their knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I had an incredible conversation with the priestess and the god earlier. They enlighten me so very much. They are my spiritual advisors in so many ways. This next artist is an experience. He is a contributor to Sunday's Open House Anthology, published by Abiodun, one of the last poets. This gentleman came to do lots of things, preach, possibly teach, but I guarantee you he didn't come here to tap dance. The one and only Baba Ngoma is in the building. Come on, Baba, let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, God. Please, take it away.
My info's in the chat. Yeah, so I think I'm kind of on theme. And I didn't know what I was going to read till after I had this long conversation with Elemen2al today. And I'm going to do these two poems from the book. This first one's called Countdown to 65, Poem 3. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave. And I'd fight for the right to be free. As a child, coming up below the Mason-Dixon line, I was kind of oblivious to white folk. There were none in my neighborhood, and we didn't have a car. Sometimes we'd sit at the back of the bus to go downtown, but the lunch counters and changing rooms were unavailable to us coloreds. Besides, my aunts were cooks and waitresses for the genteel. They could rock some pots and pans. My grandma had 16 children, and there was always food to eat. My grandfather worked on the railroad when A. Philip Randolph organized the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters. I was down with Black Power before Stokely, as we called him back then, raised his fist and voice at Howard U. The Block Boys called it How Weird, but that's another bop. At VSC, the administration wouldn't allow him an auditorium to speak, so we seized the steps at Virginia Hall, encouraged by a speech that made us ponder about why black men should fight white men's wars. Some of us still grapple with that question. After all, the Vietnamese never called us nigger. The draft was in full effect and Muhammad Ali set the example. H. Rap Brown told us to burn, baby, burn. Our consciousness was evolving from Negroes to black to Africans. There was nothing peaceful about the movement for civil rights. Klansmen and burning crosses owned the night. Later, I met one of the deacons for defense. It was then that the struggle made more sense. Oh, which side are you on? Oh, up south. She said, write a poem about being a poet from New York. I'm thinking, that could be hard. See, to begin with, I've lived here since '79, but I'm not from New York. I'm from Richmond, Virginia, the capital of the Confederacy. I followed the North Star like a runaway slave searching for freedom, trying to get away from picket lines and Klan signs, only to find Ku Klux Killer cops hiding behind badges instead of sheets. Now, don't get me wrong. I love New York. During my college days, all of my boys bit from the Big Apple. I hung out with them because they were the coolest, but they all gone now, so I pour a sip for Lou Wheeler and Leslie Scott. I take my little money from a summer job at Minisink to buy Italian knits, sharkskin pants, and Playboy shoes with the thick rubber soles from McCready and Schreiber. I wouldn't tell anyone where I was really from. All the flyest girls like brothers from New York, and I wanted to be cool like that. My boys introduced me to Black Power, Black Muslims, Black Nationalists, and Black Panthers, and Black poetry. Imamu Amiri Baraka, as he was called in, Haki Matabuti, aka Don L. Lee, Carolyn Rogers, Askia Muhammad Torre, and the Last Poets. Of course, with the exception of some of the Last Poets, none of them were from New York anyway. But it didn't matter to me. I just wanted to be like them. I'd never heard talk like that before. I was hooked, and poetry was my drug of choice. Malcolm's murder triggered the black arts movement. The seed was planted, watered, and nurtured at all the poetry spots. The Spirit House in Newark, the East and Uhuru Sasa Shule in Brooklyn, the African Poetry Theater in Queens, and the National Black Theater in Harlem. But then you wanted to know about the poetry. Thing is, I never called myself a poet. Jelly or grill might be a better description, since I rock anything with a string, plus I can sing. Some call me Dr. Rockefeller, the godfather of spoken word. You better ask somebody if you haven't heard. Actually, I write a lot too. You might say I'm just a pissed off brother with a pen. One of my friends reminded me of America because a place where the past always looks like the future. But these twisted I want to be hip-hoppers and Ku Klux Killer cops think niggas come in all colors. So I still do protests and die-ins because in this atmosphere I can't breathe. And in New York, it just seems like up south to me. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Little history for y'all.
Oh shit, he said Dr. Rockefeller. Unmute yourself, give it up for Baba Ngoma.
Right on, Baba. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, now you hear this man, everybody. If you happen to be as fortunate as he does and last as long as he does on the surface of this earth, we're going to expect you to bring time forward in the way he does too. Now, Ngoma, I saw some flyer recently. You're doing a feature somewhere. Is that correct? Could you give me the details?
Yeah, the last Friday in this month, I'm doing a feature at the New York. I'm in the spotlight for the slam. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Baba Ngoma will be the feature for the final Friday slam for the month of February, going down at the Low East Side Center. There's a new location. It was at PRTT, or Puerto Rican Traveling Theater, but now it is at the Low East Side Center. You will see that starting next week. Listen, man, like what you do is it's just such a seance. Right in line with what we were talking about today. Like, gosh, man, like that was absolutely amazing. Thank you for that. Really. I hope all of you got something out of that, just like I did. 7 p.m. is what Matthew Marroquin is saying. Also, the last Friday of the month at the Lower East Side Center, 7 p.m. Thank you all for hanging out. We have reached halftime. I just want to shout out a couple people. Jazz is in the building. Nemo Soon is here. I saw Nicole Johnson in the building. Appreciate you. Principe is here. Listen, it's an amazing night. Mr. Tez came in. Is that Deneen? Oh my goodness, that is Deneen. I haven't seen Deneen in oh my gosh. It's a great night, folks. Thank you all for hanging out. We will be back shortly. This is when you get a chance to stretch your legs, refresh your drink, and we will be back. Honestly, we'll be back shortly in about 5 minutes, folks. So stay tuned, and we will get to the second half. All right, we'll be right back, folks. Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to the online open mic with the greatest community in the world. Week after week, you keep this flame of artistry burning with a light that transcends time, distance, and borders. Now, welcome to the Halftime Report. I am your correspondent. My name is Elemen2al, bringing you the latest news and upcoming events, proudly presented by the legendary New Eureka Poets Cafe. Stay tuned, stay inspired, and as always, keep creating. The New Eurekan Bowery Slam, happening every Monday at the Bowery Poetry Club in New York City, hosted by Luna Rosa and Jay Rose. Winner receives a $20 cash prize and a chance to compete in the final Friday Slam, occurring on the last Friday of the month at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater, hosted by Matthew Marroquin and Paul Queso. Winner receives a $100 cash prize plus a nomination to compete in the annual Grand Slam. This is amazing. Plus, there's a Twilight Hour open mic hosted by Cap. Come through the score.
For more details on the Slam season, including rules, winners, and current year scoreboard, go to newyourekan.org/slam.
Our open mics at the Lower East Side Center are back and better than ever. The venue records high-quality audio and video of all performances, and they are live streamed to the Lower East Siders and New Eurekan YouTube channel.
All except our first Wednesday of every month, we have Women's Orator Wednesday, aka WOW, hosted by 2024 Grand Slam champion Somebody's Mama. The remaining Wednesdays of the month, we have the New Eurekan Open Mic, hosted by Brian Acosta Aria, aka Brian the Motel Guy. Make sure you plug in. It is going to be something special.
Our online programs, which are absolutely free, include the online open mic hosted by yours truly, weekly on Thursdays via Zoom and live stream on YouTube. All styles are welcome. Every artist has 4 minutes to rock with new themes every week. The Slam Workshop, happening on the second Tuesday of every month via Zoom, hosted by the National Youth Poet Laureate Stephanie Pacheco. When you sharpen your craft, you sharpen your performance. Make sure you plug in. There are many other in-person and online events coming up. For info and tickets, all the programming, you can go to newyourekan.org/calendar. Our social media and website and other links, including how to sign up for the mailing list, you go to our linktree/New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Visit our YouTube channel to catch past live streams of online and Lower East Side Center open mics, beatniks, and special events at Battery Park City, Poetry House, and NJ Pack. The New Eurekan Poets Cafe is a non-profit 501c3 organization based in New York City on the Lower East Side. Ticket sales and grants don't cover all of our programs and operations expenses. So here are ways that you can help support us in our mission to continue with moving poetry forward. Our merchandise, shirts, hats, and tote bags available for purchase at our New Yo table and in-person events, or go to newyourekan.org/merch. Spring and summer collection coming soon. Also, check out and subscribe to our Patreon site. Gain access to video recordings of in-person events not available online for the public. Go to patreon.com/New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Special thanks to our tech team, our programs and operations team, all of our hosts, our executive director, and all our sponsors for helping us to continue to move our artwork forward. We appreciate you for all your continued support, helping us to keep the spirit of artistry and inspiration of poetry alive and moving forward through the spirit of our founder. Brought to you by Elemen2al Vision Works, inspiring change through passionate poetry and creative production.
Your energy and passion truly make this community something special. Thank you for all your artistry and your genius. Truly can't thank you enough.
We appreciate you. Now, back to the show. Peace. All right, folks, let's get right back to it. Listen, the second half is going to be amazing. Here comes the first 5. Check this out. Coming up first, this gentleman had the luxury of meeting this cat in person. We met online, and he's all kinds of amazing. He is a one of one, and now a poet laureate. Like this dude is something serious, man. He has such his own style. The one and only Samuel Rain Benjamin, aka Dark Man Blues, in the building. Come on, man. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always, brother. Please take it away.
Thank you. You can find me here online, and sometimes maybe a lot this year on this program. So let's get right into it. Unwritten rule of the law of the land. No warning labels, just the skin you're in. Those are the factors. Judging the reality of mistaken identity. The clues, don't get caught in the wrong place. You just might be a crime. No questions, just made up truth. Target practice for I got you. Considered as a threat. These are the side effects of being black. Can't hide the past. Painted pictures of life's conditions. Hunting live memories played out. It wasn't me. Doesn't have to be. The imprint on asphalt, street cemetery now. Our black men, our women suffer swoon. Is that my child? Somebody tell me what we term this. Shot down, choked out, found dead in a cell, still living this hell. I can see it just so. That painting looks like my blackness, labeled on bloodstains, and now a little complicated passions. Sunrise caught me smiling. The tempting of my fingertips held her captive. Caressing her silhouette were the warm tenderness of these lips, exactly where she wanted them to be. Kissing a new day, she became the need to. This well was giving. She would be after midnight for me. It was a cheat code knowing her morning needs. I would succumb to her pleasures, playing parts of her just to remind myself of all the places I wanted to be. Discovering the scent of her story, the don't stop echoes moved me. To hold her a little closer, the warmth of our bodies became a canvas of watercolors. My mind tasting the pleasures of her coming again. Reacquainting myself with the emphasis of this creation, the moans of her sexy were now the break-in. At the edge of this mic, she had my attention. This Aries would fold numbers in a zodiac configuration. The kisses upon these lips had me speaking in tongue, never wanting to let go, knowing I needed to break in again. One more kiss to have her invite me in, and then the prelude could begin. Embracing foreplay in me, she wouldn't be the only one articulating the answer to the question of my sunrise. Thank you, I am Complicated Passions.
That is a pure skill, sir. For real. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Samuel Ray Benjamin.
That's the way you do it. Right on.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love that voice. Side effects of being black. I love that.
Sure.
Now you were priming us to see you here more frequently, so I hope you're able to follow through on that.
Well, I know that I will be going to H-Town. That's Houston for the people that don't know. I will be in Houston sometime this year, but I will be on the East Coast in June, so I'm hoping to be able to make my way up to New York from there.
Fantastic. Listen, I told y'all he's a one-of-one, man. Like, he is like seduction personified. Like, he just does it. Like, it just comes out of his pores, man. And I'm thankful that you come to share with us. Listen, that first poem, I see where you were going with that. You asked me about a line that I had shared with the group a couple weeks ago. I see where you're going with that. That's very serious. You just might be a crime. That painting looked like my blackness for real. Say target practice for I got you. That line's money. The second poem, I think it's unfair. He said it was a cheat code knowing her morning needs. No, man, that's just wrong. Like, where was I? My mind tastes the pleasure of her coming again. You're too, like I like to say, this cat's cool as the other side of the pillow, man. For real. Appreciate you for coming through. Definitely looking forward to you coming through more often. Appreciate you. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, I mentioned this gentleman earlier. He is our resident descendant of the Starship Enterprise. Also, co-author of Exultate Jubilate with the one and only Ike Waltz. This gentleman is absolutely amazing. The one and only Garland Thompson is in the building. Come on, man. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. Find me on IG, GT Poet. And speaking of Exultate Jubilate, K165, I'm going to read a couple from the book because I am honored to be in it. Thanks to Ike. Thank you, Ike. Jazz flowed like wine. At 5:25 a.m., jazz flows like wine. A couple of horns, bass and drums, maybe a piano, and the conversation. Shooting moons over Miami, blowing blues over Bali, scatting in Manhattan. Harlem East spoke to the folks uptown. Then we take a big jet airplane, jamming up a storm, our wings making light of the sky. The lights in the sky, high as the eye can see. Stars is what I think they call them. We blow from Hollywood to New York, to Miami and Bali and back again, with a sense of time that seems eternal. Each note a lifetime in itself. So many notes make so many lives, living to the rhythm of the human blues. And Dr. Feelgood's prescriptions say, bow wow wow yippee-yo yippee-yay. But watch your money around the homies and the honeys, they want to suck it all away. Jim jump jive, to stay alive, we blow jam session blues, paying dues, but making that sound. Big, round, pearl-shaped tones that make you want to bite blue with the bold ones who lay it down hot and steamy, sticky to the touch, and oh so sweet. A candy they blow, all cotton-like. It melts in your ears, oozing sax and drum, oozing bass and ivory keys, all black and white, with every shade in between. The hi-hat symbol, symbolic of our love for one another. Can you see it? A swing beat set of sizable proportions, and you swimming up the Nile, all skinny dip in the moonlit blue where there is all kind of blue. Remember your father's rambler rambling down the road? Remember those rides with him you used to take? I sure do. Like yesterday. Near, not far away. Memories that live on and on past the break of dawn to a new day rising, all sunny and hot soup-like, all round with those pearl-shaped tones that fill the air between me and you. Jimmy, George, and that big B3. Look! It's Jimmy Smith on the Hammond B3, that beast of an organ, all 450 pounds of it. Drummer to the left of him, bass to the right, playing Slaughter on 10th Avenue, a George Balanchine ballet in 1936. Now a full sound pouring from the B3's rotating Leslie speaker. The rhythm section keeping time flawlessly. Thinking of what this moment could have been like, I see a metaphorical Balanchine rock back and forth on his heels as that B3 sound drives his dancers. They are distracted passengers, jive-talking railroad workers, conductors calling out in a great chorus, "All aboard!" Jimmy's B3, the thread passing through the eye of the needle that ties them all together. George, watching, rocking on his feet, counting down each move like a chess master, with Jimmy driving the flock home. Thank you.
You better come in here talking that jazz, man. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Garland Thompson.
Amazing. I love it.
That was just wild. Like,
I'm sitting there hitting on every single word. I want to be like you when I grow up.
Thank you.
Harlan's been there, though, right?
Yeah, this is such a great jazz poetry. And, it's your total commitment to it. You know, you're just so physically, whole bodily committed to making those poems happen. It's like jumping through the little square image on the screen.
That cat said, "Watch your money around the homies and the honeys." Like, come on, man. Like a candy they blow all cotton like when you step into this jazz arena, sir, you become the music. I don't know if you realize that, but you became the music in this piece, in your first piece. And I know how much appreciation you have for Miles and Coltrane and how they influenced you. And I just appreciate the fact that you gave it to this, that you put it all in here, because I can feel it. I can hear the notes coming through your voice. That was absolutely amazing, sir. Thank you so very much for doing jazz and poetry and justice in the same breath. Thank you. Amazing, sir. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, all the way across the pond where it's now extra wicked late, the most eloquent writer in the world. I like to say that this gentleman and Love have a thing going on like Billy Paul and Mrs. Jones. I like to refer to the gentleman as Dr. Love himself, the one and only Lantern Carrier in the building. Come on, Lantern, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always, brother. Please take it away.
Thank you, my brother. Let's see, get them there. Sweet. Paleoanthropologists, both black and white, analyze genetic studies, fossils, ancient remains, then agree via scientific consensus that Africa is the cradle of humanity. Humans gradually migrated to other parts of the world in successive waves over 300,000 years, and it is methodical to say that Africans were also the first diaspora. They're like a family moving house, aspiring for excellence through struggles or strife. Diaspora by nature migratory like birds, propelled by prospects, trade, different cosmic forces, cultures, and visionary dreams. These vary from Dr. King's reaching out for justice, equality, and freedom to Fidel's exporting the revolution to the Caribbean via doctors and medicines. Colonial placements also force souls across deserts of dangerous seas. Loved ones are left behind while we invest in hard labor, either to send money home or reunite with loved ones abroad. Some Europeans, facing their own challenges, traveled to Australia and settled on Aboriginal land. The Irish escaped conflicts and turmoil during the Great Famine, fueled by the need for survival and a yearning for prosperity. Yet the struggle for settlers in a new environment and culture can be fraught with danger, prejudice, language, and other difficulties. Europeans all took the brutal road to the Americas, leading to the rise of the indigenous people, both north and south. For 550 years, the African journey was a horrible one. For ancestors were forced into ships via transatlantic journeys, and while accounts vary, it is estimated that as many as 50 million died. This happened on ships and rough seas across the Middle Passage, on enslaved plantations and in Africa itself. As, contrary to European history, there were many kings and queens, rich empires that resisted intruders. We saw colonial control where Africa was cut up into soils, the deliberate scheme that leaves this golden continent divided and impoverished. Through orchestrated desperation and hunger, people die crossing deserts or in boats, trying to make a better life ironically, from the great empires the ancestors built for people responsible for the very poverty they're escaping. Latin American dreams are not dissimilar to the African in that much of it's tied to exploitation by the Portuguese in the early 15th century. More invaders came from Spain and other European countries, leading to mass placements, puppet governments, and security concerns which pushed folks within the South and on North America. Diaspora seek opportunities, wish to escape disorder, run from disasters like earthquakes or wars, like Haiti, like Americas. So across oceans through generations, our dreams materialize, shaping a longing for connection and meaning. Through struggles and triumphs, the diaspora offered the world a vision of courage and resilience, the enduring power and manifestation of dreams like Ave, even on foreign soil. Many fell prey to ghouls and shadows, but others excel, become shining beings for the me yet to come. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
Ever the historian and the poet. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Lantern Carrier.
Right on, Lantern. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure to hear you, Lantern.
Yes.
Good night, Shamar.
And
We're
such
getting
a
some weird echo, though.
Yeah.
a learning experience. And especially it is a weird echo. And especially today with everything we have going on, as a reminder that, it's just new to us. It's not new to a lot of people in this country, and it's not new to people around the world, but it's new to us. That's how I feel. And when I hear these stories, it's just so important to know that. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hold on. We can't hear you. We can't hear you, priestess.
I said really important messages in there, and I have a one-word comment. Ashe.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lantern, you always find a way to enlighten your community. And I can't thank you enough for that. You always take us on a journey through these themes. And you mentioned the world. And I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you fit the world in 4 minutes. But you always find a way to do just that. Thank you for that. It's really, really genius work, and it's really work that needs to be done. Thank you for being such a dedicated historian, and just continuing to write with such a luxurious style. It's amazing. Thank you. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, as I mentioned earlier, I had an incredible conversation with the God and the Priestess earlier, just about enlightenment, just about things that have transpired. She is definitely one of my spiritual advisors. Always a blessing when she comes through. The one and only Oshun Yo Yen is in the building. Please let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please take it away.
You can find me on Instagram and on Facebook. And you can also find me with my nose in a book trying to learn more, or talking to somebody who is much older than me and can teach me more. Life is fun. As long as I keep learning, I'm having a good time. Anyway, it's Black History Month, and I'm going down that road with this poem. Okay, it's called Look. You're not blind. Look deeper and see past the obsidian waters that the slave ship sailed across. Look deeper than the beatings, the bodies stacked like rags. Look deeper than the lies, the rapes, the insidious brainwashings, the black, blue, and purple tortures. Look deeper than how you were stripped of every trace of your identity, your spirituality, your beauty. Look back and see the astronomy you wrote and recorded. Look back and see the medicine you gave the world. Look back and see your science wrapped in the language of spirit. Look back and read your writings on the wall. Look back and see the mountains of the moon, the first university ever founded in Timbuktu, the Dogon cliff dwellings, the pyramids, the temples, the echo of your temples all over the world. Look back and see, look back, close your eyes and remember. Then plant your feet in the earth. Merge your head with heaven. Hear your ancestors speak in every cell of your being. Hear the Orisha speak in the whispering winds, the scarlet cooking fires, the silver rushing river waters. With purpose and intent, draw your power back into the sanctuary of your lungs, your muscles, your essence, your untapped strength. Call on the Ashe of Obatala to purify your heart, the Ashe of Orumila to chart your destiny, the Ashe of the divine connection in your own head to guide you to victory. Break the chains of electric blue programming. Break the gray chains of fear. Break the charcoal chains of mindless, misty paradigms that don't serve you or our people. Realize you haven't lost a thing. It is yours, guarded by your genes, defended in your DNA, held in sacred safety by your always present ancestors. Then step forward in the cloak of divine protection, divine endorsement, divine confirmation. You can live in pain or you can live in power. Choose your power. Ashe.
Ashe. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Oshu. Yo, yeah.
Make that choice.
Wow. Wow. All right. I really love that piece because you go all the way in with what you do and how you do it. Choose your pain or your power. I love how you speak so much life into your poems, right? Look deeper than the beating, right? Look past the insidious brainwashing. Look back to see the medicine that you created. Look back to see the first university ever found in Timbuktu. Merge your head with heaven. The divine connection in your own head. See, this is now connecting the energy with the energy, right? And once those are in alignment, that's when you really start cooking. Thank you so very much, Priestess. Oshunyo Yin is also a contributor to Sunday's Open House Anthology, again published by Abiodun of the Last Poets. Amazing work. I had the pleasure of being published in here as well. Just amazing work, for real. Thank you so much, Priestess, for all your insight. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, I mentioned this gentleman a couple of times this evening. One of the hardest working men in show business. I mentioned a couple of his books already, Extra Latte Jubilate, as well as 13 Poets for a Pigeon Kiss. He is also the author and publisher of The Bald Raven, as well as Mirror, Mirror on the Wall and Reflections. This gentleman just continues to do it. He said that there is a number that he's been around for, and I still don't believe that because he just puts in too much work. For real. I like to call this gentleman the Vincent Price of poetry. The one and only Ike Waltz in the building. Come on, Ike, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always, sir. Please, take it away.
He lived through World War I, World War II, and the collapse of the Austrian, German, and Russian empires, the Spanish Civil War, and Hitler, meeting the composer Erich Wolfgang Korngold, 1897-1957. Such was the fate of the composer Erich Wolfgang Korngold, who began his career in Vienna as one of the most astonishing child prodigies in musical history, and who unfortunately achieved maximum fame by writing movie scores in Hollywood. Kornkohl was Jewish, and the Nazi takeover of Austria forced him into exile. He had begun establishing himself in Hollywood as early as 1934 and therefore never faced the economic struggles that other emigres encountered. Still, his vitality as a grand film composer, evident in such Errol Flynn swashbucklers as The Adventures of Robin Hood and The Seahawk, damaged his reputation as a serious composer. I never met Korngold in person, but I met his music as an immigrant myself, so for very different reasons. Korngold was banned under the Nazi regime. Needlessly to say, we did not learn in music school anything about him until that late as the late 1960s. And I discovered him only in the 1990s by accident. Compositions such as Die Tote Stadt Symphony in F-sharp major, a violin concerto, Das Glück, das mir verblieb, das Wunder der Heliane, die stumme Serenade und Lieder des Abschieds touched the deep-rooted feelings of a homesick immigrant. It also reminded me on Dvorak's New World Symphony, also called the American Symphony, and all I feel is a Dvorak being homesick to his beloved Mavlast, my Czech fatherland. Poem. You gave me das Glück, das mir verblieb, or joy that never to me remained. Joy that reignited my yearning, joy you taught me always to be remembered, joy I learned to comprehend, joy however small, I will forever remember. You were the silenced treasure hidden from my youth, not even a reference moment existed in the open, no name of you, no picture of you, no sound was to be found anywhere, all cleansed from any history class. But then, this one day, that day you broke to me in amazement. You shuddered my remaining juvenile longings, accepting me in comforting arms, as if I found an imaginary soulmate, dying to teach me, dying to reach me, an immigrant of lost identity, in need of every one of your words and sounds to unravel fading memory. Persistent bad dreams, habits of that brainwashed guilt, shuffling steps on a supporting cane, feeling that love so pure can be so rejuvenating, so jubilating even for somebody like me. Prost, cheers. I visited your Tote Stadt, and I toasted your abundant world. The survivors still shed tears of the insane as they cannot hold back memories and pain.
You're amazing, sir. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ike. Whoa. Wow. Wow.
Ike, what was the name? What was the composer's name again?
Erich or Eric, Wolfgang, like Mozart, Korngold, Korngold.
Okay, thank you. I thought that was just the most amazing. I don't know what it is tonight about history lessons, but I mean that's what the world was about, and we knew nothing about it. We knew nothing about our own history, much less world history. But that was just a beautiful the way you spun his whole story with your need, and it was delightful, really nice.
Indeed. One of those pieces, like you said, you didn't come across them until later by accident, right?
I feel like that's how we came across Ike Waltz. It was on accident, on purpose, right? Destiny led us to this space on accident, but on purpose. That was just really a magnificent journey. And what it reminded me of is like putting a needle on a record. When you put the needle down on a record and it starts out, you're hearing the crackle of the record and the excitement that it builds. And then you get into this beautiful sound. And when you describe this composer, when you describe his music, and he is a survivor, and the imaginary friend, right? As if I found an imaginary soulmate, right? Reignited my yearning. You were the silent treasure hidden from my youth. Let me tell you, folks, if you don't know music is a universal key that unlocks everything. I like to say it's a time machine, because no matter where you were when you heard a song, you are automatically transported back to that place every single time you hear it. And you remember what it smelled like, where you were, the cotton candy you were eating, whatever it was, you're transported back to those places when you hear pieces of music. Thank you for sharing that memory and that journey with us, Ike. Amazing, as always. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, speaking of music, I see that he just stepped away, but there he is. This gentleman right here, let me tell you, love when he comes through. I like to call him the folk singer of our generation. His music, his musicianship, his writing, it's so uniquely his. It's so beautiful. His melodies are just so on point. Arguably the dopest background in the business, and it happens to be his backyard. The one and only Bill Elkins in the building. Listen, you know what this is. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, Bill. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. Appreciate it. Yes, I want to do a song that I've probably done a number of times over the years. It's one of my older ones, but it kind of reflects on the mid to late 60s, when folk music and poetry was really at a very high level, at least on the east side of Milwaukee. It was the Avant-Garde Coffee House, and that's where the name of the song is the Avant-Garde Coffee House, The Best Years of My Youth. Hope you like it. I'm going to do it now. Rustic old coffee house, folk music, poetry, intellectual chat. My memories of the 60s, folk singers and poets had their day. My refuge from Milwaukee's vapid south side. The avant-garde brought folk music into my life. Dylan Oaks, Cohen, Baez, and Seeger. I first heard their songs at the Guard. But folk singer and my friend Jane Doe enraptured me with her singing and her song. Big brown eyes and long brown hair, her songs filled me with melody and desire. Poetic, tuneful, and hypnotic, she captured my imagination and my heart. The Guard moved me from rock to folk music, from electric to acoustic guitar. South side to east side, I'm a refugee from hell. The Guard was a safe haven for me. From ridiculous to sublime, my life it did go every day during the best years of my youth. Donning long hair and bell-bottom blue jeans, I was an aspiring folkie, you see. Crossing the viaduct to Wisconsin Avenue, I took the Sherman Downer bus to the garden. As an alienated Southside teen, I first sang at the Guard one cold Wisconsin night. Exhilarated and redeemed, my song for Jane Doe she never heard. Alas, my dear friend was not there. I later learned she died from a drug overdose. Numb with sorrow and anger, I put down my guitar, transfixed and confused. I retreated back to the south side, back to my dysfunctional world. But my disillusion was quite short-lived, as I soon grabbed my guitar and played Jane's song. I wrote another song as her requiem, thanking Jane for believing in me, entitled Ode to My Jane Doe. I bade a final farewell to my friend. East outside to east side, I'm a refugee from hell. The Guard was a safe haven for me. From ridiculous to sublime, my life it did go. Every day during the best years of my youth, donning long hair and bell-bottom blue jeans, I was aspiring folky, you see. Crossing the viaduct to Wisconsin Avenue, I took the Sherman Downer bus to the garden. This song is my elegy to the 60s, when folk music captured the zeitgeist of that time. When this woman without name rescued me from my adolescent abyss. When the Marines drafted my best friend Bob and shipped him to Nam to kill the yellow man. I protested when Nixon came to town, and later wrote my first protest song. Yeah, the times were replete with change in every city across our land. Our age of innocence was trampled upon by the dark nature of man. But it was the best years of my youth, when we made ourselves heard throughout the world. It was the best years of my youth, when we made ourselves heard throughout the world. Thank you, everybody.
Amazing as always. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Bill Elkins.
Weird.
Amazing work, sir. I love that song because it does speak so much to what you've been through and the transition of why your music sounds the way it sounds. You have beautiful muses, right, that make for beautiful music, and you translated it masterfully. Thank you for doing what you do, sir, truly. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, I always do my best to shout her out because she is, I don't want to say a better half, just another half or half of what one of our resident, just all around good folks. Um, she is amazing. I haven't seen her in a while. It is great to see her, y'all, for real. The one and only Deneen is in the building. Oh my goodness. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever, but I'm forever shouting you out. It is great to see you. Let these folks know where they can find you. Really. It's great to see you. Please take it away.
Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Oh, hi. Oh, it's so good to see you. And I'm glad to hear everybody. I actually listen to you guys a lot. And boy, you guys tell the truth. And I need to hear that a lot. And I thank you for it. So all I want to say is something like this. Um, they want us to show ID for living, but they don't want to unmask for killing. God knows your face. Jesus knows your pace. And the devil knows your soul. And ice melts in hell. And that's all.
Wait. No. Run that back. Run that back. She got plenty of time. Wait. Run that back. Please. One more time. Run that back. One more time. Please, Denise. Run that back. One more time, please.
Oh, God. I said, I forgot what I said because I've been so mad because I said they want us to show ID for living, but they don't have to unmask for killing. God knows your face. Jesus knows your pace. The devil knows your soul. And ice melts in hell.
Damn! Unmute yourself. Give it up for Denise.
Awesome. Thank you.
Shit. Oh my gosh.
Ice melts in hell.
Ice melts in hell. Right.
Yeah, we can only hope.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, God, is hope.
That
talk about concise, I mean, it's like powerful things come in short packages and power of the word and just like one punch.
for sure. First of all, thank you for always tuning in and for sharing your energy with us. Secondly, I didn't know you had Mike Tyson type strength in your arm or your pen to just knock people out with this compact blow like that. Really, like I don't just want to call him out like that, but I know an incredible musician who lives close to you who could probably do some amazing things with that piece of artwork, by making a piece of music for it. That was incredible. Really. They want us to show ID for living, but they don't have to unmask for killing. Yeah, that was gonna sit with me for a while. Thank you, Deneen. It's great to see you. And if the stories are true, if what my father told me is true, yeah, lots of things melt in hell. Ice just happens to be one of them. Thank you for doing what you do and sharing it with us. Don't be a stranger. Really great to hear your voice and to get your perspective, truly. All right, let's keep it going. We have 3 more on the guaranteed list this evening. Coming up next, this artist, she comes through and she has such a unique perspective
on how her life led her to this point. She trusted me with getting an early review of something that she's crafting. And let me tell y'all, she's amazing. She has a particular rhyme scheme that just speaks to her and her ancestors and the reason why her tongue does what her tongue does. And it's just amazing, for real. I look forward to hearing her all the time. The one and only Ruth Miranda's in the building. Great to see you. Let these folks know where they can find you, please. Take it away.
Thank you. It's funny because you talk about the rhythm rhyme, and I'm like, and that's like my signature, right? Everybody has their signature. So, but as I started being part of this community with you guys, I'm like, oh, like it doesn't have to always rhyme, right? And so I'm trying to explore that, and you know, and some of the poems I think you've seen, that they don't rhyme, and that they tell a story. So when I saw the theme for this week, it's funny because like all my poems are probably the theme of this week. They fall into that category. So, but this one, so I'm writing a book. It's a trilogy. It's Soy Boricua, Geography Doesn't Define Me, which is what we go through as a diaspora, right? And so every night, going to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, waking up, I'm on like 3 hours sleep, and having my son, who just turned 14, be witness to this. So I wrote this as for him. So it's called To the Child Who Would Never Have to Wonder. You curl beside me at night, your head against my shoulder while my laptop glows in the dark. You ask, what are you working on now? As if you already know. These words are for you. I'm mapping a map I'm building line by line, so you never have to feel lost the way I once did. I'm stitching the pieces of us together. The island of your ancestors preyed on, the cities that shaped me, the bloodlines that braided themselves into the woman who made you. You are fair-skinned, straight hair, soft-featured, and still you carry every river that carved me into being. One day when someone asks where you were from, you will answer without hesitation, without a pause rising in your throat. Because I wrote it down for you before you even knew to wonder. You will grow up hearing two languages spilled from the same mouth, one imperfect, one inherited, but both yours. I will teach you the words my tongue stumbled on, the ones my mother whispered in the kitchen, heavy with sofrito and Sunday hope. The ones her mother carried in her bones, even when the world told her to quiet them. You will not carry shame for what you don't yet know. You will grow into it, not under pressure, not under judgment, but under warmth, knowing nothing about you needs permission to exist. And when the world looks at your fair skin and doesn't immediately see the island, you will not shrink the way I once did. You will not stand in front of a mirror searching for the proof that you belong, because you already belong. To me, to the women before me, to the stories I'm writing now, and you never have to piece together your origin from silence. And yes, there's a sadness in me every time you ask, what am I? As if the world already taught you that you must earn your place in your own story. You hear our Spanish like music through the house. You hear the TV hum, the rhythm of our people. You see the culture around you, and you still the question comes. Not because you are unsure, but because the world is loud, quick to decide who belongs in a brown story and who does not, even when the skin is lighter than the history beneath it. But hear me now, remember this long after I'm gone. You will never have to doubt again, not your name, not your lineage, not the island inside your blood. I'm writing it all down, the ancestors, the rivers, the songs, the soil, the journey. So when the world tries to press you into a box too small for your inheritance, you will have the words to break it open. You are everything that made me, everything that made my mother, everything that survived before either of us were born. And one day when someone asks, where are you from? You will answer with the ease of someone who never had to wonder, because I loved you enough to make sure you didn't.
Yeah, that's the work. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ruth Miranda.
Thank you.
Really nice. Very thought-provoking.
Wow.
Yeah, I kind of envy who you were talking to because they should count themselves fortunate.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
funny. I watch, he's witnessing it. And at 14, he's not interested. But one day, he'll be like, I remember my mom was doing that for me. I'm doing the learning, the research and all that to learn for myself. But I'm gonna hand this to him and he won't have to.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
It is.
One
It
day.
is. I think it is so beautiful to pass along the histories, and so many cultures do that, but the ones that don't, and I'm living one of those, I have no idea what really happened in the past. And when I hear those kind of stories and how meaningful they are, I wish now I would have either asked more questions of my grandparents or whatever. And I think it's just beautiful that you care enough to do that. And it's going to make a big difference in his life, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think that's just kind of a universal thing Bonnie's talking about. When you don't know, you have this super strong yearning to know. I don't know half as much as I want to know about my grandparents, but one day I saw my grandfather's name carved in a wall on Ellis Island. That
Oh my
kind of made
God.
up for some of it.
Wow. That's amazing, Paul. That's great. It really is. It's wonderful. Yep.
So I can only hope that once your son comes into his own and he realizes how important it is to be the young man that he is, I hope I'm here to hear it. So I can tell him, so I can remind him. And I'm sure he's going to remind me, like, yo, my mom would sit up at 2 in the morning. She'd be doing all this mapping and writing and all that. I thought she was crazy. But it's going to make him a bona fide monster. You know why? Because he won't have those holes in his memory. He won't have to go searching for someone that says, "Oh, this is what you should be. This is where you're from. This is where your ancestry leads you to." Right? Because he has a parent that's giving him the path. Right? This reminds me of what was that? What was the soup that you were talking about a few weeks ago? I don't want to mispronounce it, but it. And I should you gonna put it in the chat for me, please. But you said right, sancocho. Right. But you mentioned right in the kitchen that smells like sufrito and Sunday morning. I love just how you bring those things into what you're passing on. Right? It's important to know. You said the 2 languages that you're going to hear coming up. Both of them are important, right? You're doing the work. And I have to thank you for that. He's going to thank you for that. Your future grandchildren and great grandchildren are going to remember the work that you're putting in right now. Trust me, they're going to be writing about you. Thank you for the work that you do and continuing to do. And yes, it doesn't have to rhyme. It doesn't. But that work, that's amazing. Thank you. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, the moon spirit herself is in the building. The love when this artist comes through, man. Shout out to educators. I mentioned the Poetry Global Network. She's just one of those artists that you can just hear the tides calming down when she comes through, because she has so much to say, and she gives so much of herself to what she does. She is an incredible mom. She's just an incredible person. Shout out Jules. Listen, the Teflon Donna is in the building. The one and only Marianne Teft is here. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you so much, Elemental. The pleasure is absolutely mine. Your girl Julia is watching tonight on YouTube. So shout out right back. I'd like to share two pieces tonight that do speak to where I come from. The first of these is my own piece. I wrote it on February 1st for St. Bridget's Day. I am blessed to walk the sepia fields beneath the gaze of Bridget, to help my brothers gather rushes, to weave into crosses we hang above our door, bound with the blue ribbon I saved from my mother's sewing basket last summer. Soon our withered land will sing bright emerald songs. We will remember our beloved friend who rose from this plain with the full snow moon and the keening wolves who would not let our daughter leave this place of peace and trust before her time. We will bring joy from the holy wells to our lips and praise the renewal of the land as we weather another winter, faithful to the unbroken promise of spring. And the second piece comes from my work as a Montessori classroom teacher. The Montessori curriculum is basically based on what we call cosmic education, and that is a very cool thing that simply means we kind of like to think that everything is related to everything. So I do a thing every day with my elementary students, which is called This Day in History, and it really could be anything. On January 20th, for example, it was super fun because not only did I get to share the notion of community service by sharing JFK's inaugural Ask Not speech on that day in history, but we also got to talk about viruses and specifically rabies, because on that day, Ozzy Osbourne bit the head off a live bat. Today, it happened to be Charles Darwin Day, so of course we had to go there, but also I precede these words for my students because it is also the birthday of the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. And for that occasion, I would like to share with you. 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they here gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that the government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from the earth. Thank you, Elemental. Thank you, poets.
Yo, it just gave me a whole new perspective. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Marianne.
Oh, Marianne, so
Oh,
eloquent.
Marianne, that was
Wonderful.
Thank you, everybody.
The educator, to put it
Yeah.
mildly. Thank you.
Yeah, so
And for
glad you
all the
came
lives
back
you've touched.
tonight. I'm so glad you came back.
Oh,
It's
I
great
missed
to, great to
everybody.
hear your voice too, just to hear your voice. You know?
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, everybody.
Just a beautiful continuation of our history lessons tonight, but it was,
Indeed.
yeah, it was
Thank
great.
you, Bonnie.
Really beautiful.
Thank you. Your own and so many others. Thank you, everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. Listen, I now just have to call you the cosmic educator. That was just, first of all, you mentioned talking about rabies because Ozzy Osbourne bit the head off a bat. To be a student in your classroom is probably never a dull moment. Thank you for that. As an educator myself, I know how classrooms can become very dull and mundane. And to have someone who is willing to bring in the abstract, to bring in poetry, to talk about all these things that are not just state mandated test, pass this, take this piece of paper. But let's talk about how the world is interconnected with you. That's amazing. Like I said, just, it just sounds like the tides are like, shh, the moon's speaking, calm down, wait, we need to hear it. So thank you for that. Thank you for taking the time to come through and hang out with us again. Shout out Jules. Just amazing work. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna get to the last poet of the evening, and then we're gonna jump for the folks who are on the good luck round. If you want to hang out in the cipher, I will make sure I am staying in to make sure that everyone gets a chance to get heard if they need or want to make sure they get their work in. I will be here. But we are going to end the live stream with the Jedi Master this evening. You have heard his commentary. You have felt his energy. Honestly, folks, I cannot thank this gentleman enough. He has been holding down the cafe. He has been rocking with the New Eureka Poets Cafe. He has been speaking in this loud voice for longer than some of us have even thought about doing poetry, and he's still doing it at such a high level. I can't thank him enough for always coming through. The one and only Paul Skiff is in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always, Jedi Master. Please take it away.
Thanks. This is great to be here. It's a wonderful night here with a number of people who haven't been here in a while. This is for those who have drowned in reality. How did war get inside me? What part of my daily life introduced me to war? How did war get to have a meaning from beyond one individual so it was shared? This is what makes war like a bar of soap or hair comb, a glass of water or bench. We make reality from each other because we cannot talk with nature. We do not know nature's language. We cannot understand in agreement with nature. We cannot feel nature's love. Nature cannot inform us in human terms. Nature is not reality. It is nature. Between you and me is the world. Language turns what we know into a thing so it could be exchanged and shared between us. Language turned our perceptions into objects. I detach you from the world with my voice to share you. War was transmitted to us from our ancestors. They poisoned us with internalized mayhem. Past generations habitualized us. That is why war appears to have always been here. It comes before us. We pass war on like it is a chromosome. We attend the institution of a war every day. War has no source. It is just here and always has been. We institute war. I'm trying to make the invisible visible, take the clothes off everyday life of take them off of war, expose it nakedly, have the broad assault directly into the enemy's defenses be more than obvious in its residence within us. What I am doing is not perverse, but a memorial for those who have drowned in reality. Religion and the state are two universes that explain war for you. We have many universes that explain war for us. Every universe of explanation needs a conceptual machine to maintain it. Myths, theologies, philosophies, sciences, economics, prejudices, hatreds, stupidities, depravities, racisms, perversions, misogynies, morals. The conceptual machine will stop you from wandering into another universe. The conceptual machine will liquidate deviant foreign ideas that intrude from outside the universe. There is no place where there is not God. In no situation will money not save you. There is no circumstance where other people are our equal. There is no conflict in which our hatred is not justice. Who does the universe maintenance? Who symbol defines? Who liquidates? When you were a child and first understood a father and mother were distinct people taking care of you, that is when the exterior world became synchronized with your inner understanding of the world. Your mind was prepared to internally accept the outside reality, the people who care for you, and what you sense and need. Preservation and protection are balanced and the same. Your mind became crystallized and locked open. An institution is an habitualized reciprocal understanding, the shared understanding detached from the habit, the act, the programmed behavior, the shared and received understanding veiling all consequences, the authorless imposed understanding detached from the person who is the maintainer of the universe, the minister, judge, cop, teacher, racist, homophobe, your best friend. That is why you throw a used paper plate on the ground after finishing the slice of pizza. It is an understanding you shared with another person. You can now detach a behavior like war or littering and separate it from your total self. To claim war or the litter is only part of a required, accepted tradition of behavior, and that is why you cannot. And that is why you cannot. And that is why you cannot shut off your brain. It takes over like you are not there. A consciousness without thinking, bringing consequences with no feeling. Reality is arranged, perceived, and understood by us through other people's mouths. But where did reality come from? Thank you.
Between where did reality come from and who does the universe maintenance, I don't even know where you come from, my guy. Unmute yourself, give it up for Paul. Skip.
Oh, Paul, you did it again, Paul.
Paul, you're amazing. Yeah, just
Wonderful, Paul.
I mean
Wonderful.
the amount of lines that you had that went so deep, and yet the entire time, if you listened, for me, right below it, you were saying the same thing over and over again in a really profound way. The deep loss of our own minds to an outer influence where we don't even have a self anymore was just like it was like, if you want to write a good love poem, don't use the word love. You accomplished that aspect really well.
Well, thanks, CC.
Such a beautiful
challenge. I miss you so much.
Such a beautiful challenge to write a love poem without the word love. Listen, Jedi Master, you write such universal poems. I've watched an animated series about this being that was called the Watcher. It's a series called What If, and it takes some animated things that we know and love, and they say, well, what if this? What if Steve Rogers wasn't Captain America? And you just kind of remind me of the Watcher. You're watching all these alternate realities happen, and then you have the nerve to write poems about them. You mentioned war and soap. Gosh, man, like, I don't know where you get this stuff from. Poisoned us with internalized mayhem. It passed war on like a chromosome. We have many universes that explain war for us. There is no place where there is not God. Just amazing, sir. Just amazing, sir. Listen, we got to get out of here. It's been an amazing night. Y'all are absolutely stunning, each one of you. I really just can't thank you enough. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're here. There are 3 people who are on the Good Look round. Please stay tuned. We will jump into the cipher. We have to end the live stream for the folks in the world, but I will be here to make sure that everyone is heard. Thank you all for rocking with the theme, for rocking with the greatest community in the world. Y'all are absolutely amazing. Plug in with everything the New Eureka Poets Cafe is going on. Get to the website, buy yourself some merch representing your part of the world. We're going to end the night like this. Until we meet again, may this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. Never forget, cowards get buried here, and we reclaim our strength through our fearlessness. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all. Till next week, peace and blessings.